Soul Surfer. I know you got soul.
How's it going, everyone? Today I wanted to see what shoes I could get for $25. And we have the Puma Suede. Now, we're all working on a budget sometimes. We may not always have that money to buy some new skate shoes, and I think this is a pretty good option. I don't love this colorway, but you can't be too picky when you're spending $25. This one's definitely a classic. There's a lot of memories in these shoes for me, and a lot of memories for all 90s skateboarders. And this shoe has a pedigree unlike any other skate shoe, really, so we're gonna get into that some. The Suede came out in 1968, and the similar Clyde came out in 1973. Now, a lot of people confuse these two shoes. They kind of talk about them interchangeably sometimes, but the Clyde was a modified Suede. It has a wider footprint, a little more flexible, and also lighter. Now, the Suede became popular in skateboarding in the early 90s, but in the year of its birth, 1968, it made it onto the Olympic podium with that famous black-fisted black power salute from Tommy Smith and John Carlos. It then made it onto the b-ball courts with Walt Clyde Frazier with his modified Suede model, and other players played in the Suede as well. And after that, it became really popular amongst 70s New York City b-boys, breakdancers, graffiti artists. The whole hip-hop culture loved the shoe. Now, as far as skateboarding is concerned, the peak popularity of the Puma Suede was in the early 90s, about 1992 to 1993. And we mostly skated in black and white ones, but there were other colorways. My first introduction to Suede Pumas, and not the Puma Suede, but the Puma Liga, was in 1991, and that's when I started skating in them. And when these finally started to become popular, they were available at discount stores. You could find them pretty easily, so a lot of people grabbed them up and started skating them. And I think it was kind of a rebellion towards the big bulky shoes that were available of the day, and people wanted something slimmer, more low profile, and actually looked good, and these definitely did the trick. Now, this shoe has been copied many times by different shoe manufacturers. The design, the profile, and in current terms, I would say the Adidas Campus is pretty similar. If you're skating in that today, you might want to check these out. What I find funny about that is the two Dossler brothers who started Adidas, one of them left to start Puma. So now this shoe has a Suede upper with a sewn-on cup soles. You can see the stitching right here. We have minimal padding in the tongue and slight padding in the collar. There is no removable insole. It's that old school thin foam pad with a sock liner. And you could put your own insoles in here, but you may want to go up a half a size if you do that. If you have a wider foot, because this shoe is pretty narrow, I would go with the Clyde model. They do have a skate version of the shoe, but they added some extra pieces on and kind of ruined the overall design aesthetic, and I like the original design. Now, if you go shopping for this shoe, especially on Puma.com, you're going to see garbage collaboration after garbage collaboration after horrible colorway, and it's pretty sad. It really waters down the shoe. I hate to see it happen to this shoe, but it is what it is. All companies are doing it. We understand it's a marketing ploy to get more interest or regenerate interest in the shoe, but I think the only collaborations that should be done with this shoe are with the original athletes that made the shoe relevant during the day. The original b-boys, the original skateboarders. That's what makes the shoe interesting and gives it some sort of cultural relevance, not some designer or artist from today that really has no attachment to the shoe other than, oh, let me design a colorway. I hate it. I hate it. Now, I found these shoes for $25, but we all know it depends on your size, and you can get better colorways for around $35. There's been a lot of great skateboarding go down in the shoe, so if you want a budget-friendly model, I'd give it a try. Well, the weather was great today, you guys, so I decided to get out and go skate a little. Didn't have anyone to film, didn't have anyone to film me, but wanted to see if I could get a couple tricks in these shoes, and I was surprised at how much I like them. They're really comfortable right when you put them on, and they skated really good. I would recommend them to pretty much anyone. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Peace.